Hello everyone, Seraphin here, welcome back for more Pokemon Soul Silver. When I last left you guys, I was had a brief brain fart, and while I went into the Pokemart to sell stuff, I didn't buy anything. So I just took care of that off screen. I bought a bunch of not Max Repels, but Super Repels, which thankfully after selling that nugget, I had just enough to buy 10. Well, I might have more money than that, but just by selling the nugget, I have enough to buy 10 Super Revives, or not Revives, but Repels. That's nice. That being said, though, I also bought some more Revives, because Lord knows I might need those. And I bought a few more Pokeballs just in case. I don't think we're going to need them, but you never know. So thankfully for this puzzle, we can actually just cross the water with Surf and go through this little sequence of, what do you want to call these? Like, just little ruined buildings, I guess, quote-unquote. Can you not go that direction? Is this one you can go then? Nope, maybe not. Maybe I literally just went through this building for nothing. Looks that way, doesn't it? Okay, well in that case, let's get on the water back again and go the other way. This way, right here. This might be what we're looking for. Yep, here we go. This is the puzzle room. Actually, did I forget anything outside before I dive in here too quickly here? Nope, doesn't look like it. Come on, there we go. So this is where I would have jumped off if I'd fallen off that ledge earlier, and that would have been a massive pain in my butt. So let's see what's in this chamber in particular. Light? Does it want me to use flash, maybe? It probably wants me to use flash. And of course, I didn't bring Bellsprout. That's alright, I can come back to this later. Alright, let's see what this one... This is Aerodactyl. Sweet, I love Aerodactyl. I'm actually a really big fan of Aerodactyl. I'm sure I've mentioned that at least once, but... is this the lower jaw right here, maybe? No, it's the foot, right? Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. This is a corner. Probably the bottom corner. Yep. This one's the other corner. This is the bottom part of the tail. This one's the lower jaw right here. Or both the jaws, I guess. That's upper and lower, really, if you look at it. And then this one goes here. And then, there we are. But yeah, big fan of Aerodactyl. I liked it especially in X and Y, because you get access to one very, very early, and it is really useful to have for a good chunk of that game. And you get a Mega Stone for it. Mega Aerodactyl is ridiculously cool. I'm a big fan. So, yeah, shout out to Mega Aerodactyl. I actually, my first playthrough of X, I had pretty much a whole team of Gen 1 Pokemon, almost, which I felt really weird about. There wasn't a lot of exceptionally great Gen 6 Pokemon that you got access to, at least not with the kind of moveset or abilities you wanted. Like, there was no Gale Wings Talonflame you could get during the actual course of gameplay. You had to wait till post-game to get that. I guess my starter was really good. I had Chestnut, and I love Chestnut. Probably one of my favorite grass-type starters. Grass fighting seems like a really bad combination, but being able to resist ground and rock is incredibly useful. In addition to, if you get the hidden move Bulletproof on it, it just makes it straight up immune to a pretty decent chunk of moves. And those moves that it becomes immune to are pretty decent moves, too, I like to think. Being immune to, like, you know, what is it? Water Pulse, I think, is one of the big ones it's immune to, which is really nice. Not that it would have a great deal of issue with a water-type attack targeting it anyway, given that it's grass-type, but... is there anything else I missed up here, like, after surfing on the water? Yep, there's something up there I can go get. Let's go grab that real quick. I think that... Where is the last puzzle chamber? I don't actually remember where the heck it is. Another Hyper Potion. We love those. Let's break some rocks. Well, I remember what the heck is over here this way. Maybe it is the last... No, it's not the last puzzle chamber. There's no way. At least I don't think so. Like I said, we'll find out when we get there. There's another path I have to go down through Union Cave to see what's that way. I think that's supposed to be the 4th puzzle chamber. There is only 4 of them, by the way. But again, I just don't remember what's in each of them, or how to get to each of them. And in the old school games, I remember exactly how to get there, but... Wait a minute. You telling me I could have gone through the whole blasted time? How did I miss that? Well, I feel silly now. Jeez. It's like staring right in the face, too. That little rocky overhang over the entrance to the door means you can go in that direction. Jeez, now I feel silly. Wouldn't be the first time I felt stupid playing through a game like this that I just didn't notice something about. A blue shard. Nice. That's more berries for me. Let's check this last rock real quick before I head down south back to the cave. It'll go a lot smoother this time, I imagine, because I've got repels. Another max ether. That's like the 4th one I've found in the last couple of episodes, huh? Alright, let's get out of here and go run to see if we can find that last puzzle chamber. And then we can not come back here for some time, or maybe even ever during the course of this playthrough. I don't really have any desire to go through and capture every single unknown. It is a massive endeavor if you're looking to do that, because it's so tedious because you never find the letter that you need, especially once you start getting a lot of them. And it's like, oh, all I need is a letter Q, and I have all of them, and it's like, good luck. When there's 28 of them floating around in there, although uh-oh, that's going to be Entei or Raikou. And it's Raikou. Sadly, they show up still even when you've got Repel, because, well, you're just too low level to stop them. I'm wondering if it's worth trying to... You know what? Do I have anything I can YOLO ball this thing with? Not really. I don't want to waste my only Ultra Ball because I know it's not going to capture it. It'd be hilarious if it did. Yeah, I think I'm just going to get away from this thing. Or let it attack me. I'm faster... Oh, because it's fleeing, and fleeing always goes last in this game. That's what it is. I don't want to run away from it because I don't know if that has any negative effects or not. I don't think it does because that'd be a little bit ridiculous, but just because I don't want to chance it. So we're going to run straight through the grass here and not run into anything, unless it's Entei. That'd be funny. Oh, an item ball. How did I miss that? Didn't I come through this way the first time? Another free Great Ball. Cool. This is why you run through and backtrack sometimes, because you realize that you missed a bunch of stuff. Alright, so let's head into Union Cave. And we'll take the other path this time. And potentially find the final puzzle chamber for the Ruins of Alph. Repel's effect wore off. Let's use another one. The sad part about Repel is it really doesn't last as long as I think it should. It's just a very... I mean, it's like, what, like 200 steps or something? Which, you're like, oh, that's a lot. It's really not. Like, in the grand scheme of things, 200 steps is not a great large number. So, thankfully, I'll still run into, like, level 24 Quagsires if there are any to be found here. I don't think there are, but you never know. So let's head up this direction. Oh, another hiker. I forgot about him. I didn't fight him the first time. It's been a while since you've seen another person. You know there's another hiker literally like 30 feet around the corner, right? Like, you could go hang out and talk to him. I'm sure you guys would be best bros, considering you're both hikers and whatnot, hiding out in the underground cave that requires water to access. Speaking of, how did they get here? They clearly don't have any Pokemon capable of learning Surf, at least not in their battle party. And I sincerely doubt they swam. I mean, maybe they did. Who am I to judge? Ooh, a Graveler. Haven't seen one of those yet. Remember when Graveler used to be good, everybody? Like, back in Gen 1 and 2, when it was actually kind of a solid Pokemon, and now it's just kind of a joke compared to other Pokemon that can learn rock moves and are a lot faster and able to take special hits better and don't have quadruple weaknesses. You remember any of that? No? Alright, cool. It's been a long time. Graveler's still good. I'm not going to give it garbage like that, but... I mean, it's compared to other things that are coming out in more recent generations, it's just kind of overshadowed nowadays. Which I feel like is the case with a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon. Not to say that Gen 1 Pokemon aren't still good, because of course they are. I still use a ton of them when I play through these games, but it seems that they're intentionally coming out with new stuff nowadays to try to replace, quote-unquote, a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon. Maybe replace is the wrong word, or too strong of a word, but... certainly, they're trying to de-emphasize the use of Gen 1 stuff, I think. Here we go. This is the last puzzle chamber. There is one trainer here. And actually, there is a little grass patch here that we can encounter a couple of things in. I'm actually going to switch to Arbok for one of them. So, one of the few things we can find in here... which... oh, we still have Repel. I guess I'll go fight that trainer real quick. But he's a Psychic, so I don't want to have Arbok. We'll keep Arbok. He's got Bite. This might end up being a bad idea, but we'll have to wait and see. This is a strange place. Yeah, what are you doing here then? I guess I can't tell him to leave or anything, but a giraffe rig, eh? Holy, level 26, Batman. Okay, well, let me see if I can bite this sucker. I don't think... Actually, no, giraffe rig is quite fast, isn't it? But I have a quick claw, so I go first. Which is nice. It's not particularly tanky, though. Oh, a crit, too? But he still gets a side beam off, which means I'm probably going to die. So if I'm not mistaken, this thing's got pretty good special. Yeah, that was bad. Okay, well, I almost one-shot the thing. Let's switch out for Bayleaf then, I guess. Well, I'll let Drowsy have the kill. I'll just headbutt it to death. Seems like a reasonable, good enough idea here. Ow. Why would you do that? It's kind of irritating, but anyway. So that is, wow. That's a nice chunk of experience for Drowsy there. Yeah, ... That's what I thought. Okay. Well, let's go take a look at... Hey, the nice timing on the repel wearing off. Alright, so before we tackle this patch of grass here, I think what we're going to do is revive... Is it worth reviving my Arbok, really? Nah, we'll just use Drowsy. Can't believe I got one shot by a freaking Psybeam. This might... I guess Arbok might not be working out as well as I was hoping he would. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But it's nice that he has an ability to counter... There we are, Natu. It's nice that he has a move with which to counter Psychic-type Pokemon, but the fact that he's so slow and often can't kill reliably in one hit is gonna be an issue. Alright, so first things first, we're gonna put this thing to sleep, unless it has Insomnia, and I don't think it does. Lucky chance, and now it can't be critically hit. That's actually really nice for capturing. If only more things had that. Miracle Eye, that's a really neat move. So Miracle Eye allows Psychic-type Pokemon to hit Dark types, if you weren't aware, which is really nifty. I think Natu and Zatu are one of the few Pokemon that actually get that. I can't think of any others off the top of my head that can do that. I could be mistaken about that. We're just going to headbutt this sucker, because obviously Confusion is not going to do a lot to it. Now, I like Natu and Zatu a lot, but I haven't really been able to find a decent spot for them on a team. It's not that they're bad, they're just kind of mediocre, especially when compared to other Psychic types like, well, comparing it to Alakazam isn't fair, because nothing is as good as Alakazam in terms of just raw power and speed, but Psychic and Flying is a really nice typing, I think. And conveniently, my favorite legendary bird is Psychic and Flying, which, yeah, it's Lugia. Everyone knows that, right? Lugia is amazing. And it teleported, which is awesome. Okay, I forgot it had that. Well, that was a big old waste of time. Thankfully, there's a lot of them here. I probably don't need to be spending so much time looking for Natus. I can just come back here and do it whenever I feel like it. Where are these things? I don't even have Repel on right now. Come on. There is more than just Natu to be found, by the way, in this grass. There is a slim chance of finding Smeargle as well. Yeah, we know what. Forget it. I'm just not going to bother. If it's going to keep teleporting away from me like that, I'm not going to bother. So you can find Smeargle in this grass too. In fact, this is the only place in the game I'm aware of where you can find Smeargle and Natu. Smeargle, not really a great Pokemon in my opinion. It is nice that it can effectively learn any move. Ho-Oh. Well, I don't have Ho-Oh, so that's not happening. But speaking of Ho-Oh, that is what this puzzle is going to be. I like Ho-Oh quite a bit too, not as much as I like Lugia, obviously, but Ho-Oh is pretty nice too. I wish Fire Flying didn't have so many weaknesses, because I think it's a really underutilized typing. Although I guess a lot of people do use Charizard. Charizard is just one of the situations where it's so good not to use, especially its various Mega forms. I say various, it's only 2, but 2 is more than most Pokemon have for Mega Evolutions. I think this one goes like that. Nope, this must go somewhere else. Probably over here. Let's double check and see if that's what it looks like. Yeah, that's got to be it. Alright, so this goes here. No? What am I doing wrong here? Something isn't quite right. Maybe this is not where that... Oh, I bet you this goes here. No, definitely not. This definitely does go here. What's not right, then? Something isn't right. It's not that. That's... I guess I'm not entirely convinced that's correct, but... I don't know. Something's not right here, though, for sure. Well, this is just confusing and embarrassing at the same time. I don't know where this is supposed to go. Maybe it does go there and I had it right the first time. But that can't be the case because it's still not lining up correctly. So I don't know. Something's wrong here. You know what? I could be using, like, the edges to kind of help paint... Oh, you know what it is? I bet you it's that these are mixed up. Because that, of course, is the thing that can happen. Yeah, these definitely go in the other places. Okay, so I had it right. I just got the two larger wing areas mixed up, which... Come on, really? There we are. That's better. Okay, I feel better about that now. Anyway, so that's all 4 of the unknown puzzles done. And we didn't really get a whole lot for our efforts. I might go back to that second one, the one I had to surf over to get to, and with Flash, and see what kind of items I get for going in there. In fact, why don't I run and grab them, run over there and grab those real quick and see if it's worth it. I can put Drowsy away or something too, because he's not really doing me a lot of good right now. It's not that I don't want to raise a Drowsy, it's that it's not conducive for me to do it right now. This thing just isn't pulling its weight attack-wise, and I really need decent attackers in my party, right? I don't know. I'm probably going to catch flack. I've been told that Drowsy Hypno is a good Pokemon, but I'm just not really seeing it right now. Maybe I'm not giving it a fair shake. And maybe I'm giving too much of a fair shake to Arbok, who has continuously been failing me over and over, and yet I refuse to let go of him. But as I've mentioned a couple of times so far, I really don't have a lot of other contenders for potential replacements for either of them. Certainly I would if I had access to the full width and breadth of everything I can potentially catch right now, but because I'm artificially limiting myself to things I've never used before, it's a very different situation. So we're going to go ahead and put Drowsy away for now, but we're going to take out Bellsprout. Because I want to see if it can, that light trigger it wants is actually Flash, which I'm willing to believe that it is. So we'll go find out real quick. And that will be probably the end of this episode. So we'll tackle the second secret underground area of Union Cave in the next episode, and then we'll move on to Azalea Town, go through the forest, do a little more hidden item searching, and there's actually a couple little secret areas right off of Goldenrod that we can go explore now that we can surf. And that should get us caught back up. So after this, maybe a couple more episodes of side quest stuff, then we'll move on to the main quest again. So again, apologies if you're impatient for me getting on to heading towards Cyanwood. It's coming up, I promise. I'm not going to leave you guys hanging for too long. And like I said, if you don't want to watch me do this side quest stuff, you don't have to. So, more Quagsires, eh? Suppose I could take that down real quick. You know what I'm probably going to end up doing is doing some grinding on the side, off screen. Just because, again, I don't think my team is quite ready to handle what's coming ahead of me. I'm still in the low 20s with most of my team. I want to try to get into at least, you know, mid to high 20s before I tackle Chuck. I think that'll be a decent middle ground where I can not make it too easy for myself, but also make it that I'm not going to get slaughtered light. Let's see if Bellsprout is indeed the answer here. Yep, looks like it. Maybe. Yep, for sure, that was it. So this door opens up, and inside we have some goodies. A citrus berry. Those are actually quite nice. Those are, I think they heal you 30% of your HP. A heal powder. That's not really all that useful. Energy root, also not particularly useful. This is that natural medicine stuff that does the same. Hey, a moonstone. Nice. Needed that. This natural medicine stuff is the same effect as like full heals and potions and that kind of a deal, but they're bitter and your Pokemon don't like the way they taste, and it actually reduces your happiness with them. So it's a double-edged sword. They're usually cheaper, I think, to buy, too. But altogether, I'm not really convinced that they're all that worth it. So I'll probably just sell those. But at any rate, we're going to get back on the road here to Union Cave so that we can tackle that in the next episode. And I feel weird stopping in the same place we did last time, but here we are. So join me again for the next episode where we tackle more Union Cave and do some underground exploring and fight some more trainers. So, thank you for joining me up to this point. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. So until then, this has been Seraphin. Stay classy, internets.